You were in San Francisco and you did your own startup. What was that around?
Well, actually, I was in California servicing startups like Apple, in fact, in the 90s. My startup was actually here on the East Coast. It was a subsea fiber optic communications. We were building new optical fiber spans that were intended to traverse the Atlantic right before the internet crash because they were predicting all this need for bandwidth. And then that went away.
Well, sounds like so. Why did it go away? Because it fixed it itself.
Well, the when the internet crash occurred in 2001, the expectation that was
Internet crash isn't like the .com crash or something different.
Yeah. The expectation that there was going to be this projected need for a lot of extra internet bandwidth just went away, and so the need for hypersensitive, hyper creative technology in the optical communication space went with it.
It never rebooted though, as fiber was necessary later, or.
Well, it's like a lot of things where you have an anticipated need and startups get into the mix, and then that need just disappears overnight. Those startups, particularly if they were expensive to start up, have a tendency to be acquired cheaply by much larger companies. So they get their innovations for, a dime on a dollar, just because of the market forces that are, involved. So that technology did ultimately get used, but it got used by much larger corporations much later in the life cycle than the startups had expected.
What did you learn from that business that you used on an almost daily basis now?
I learned a lot about the thing that you said earlier, the business decisions that startups have to make about allocating resources, and how difficult it can be to want to expend resources on legal matters. I mean, it's just not considered to be a mainline business topic like research and development for some companies, business development, things like that. So I'd say that hammered that point home for me, being on the inside. I'd heard it on the outside, but experiencing it on the inside was very telling.